So I, if you don't know who I am, I'm Lacour. I am a movement specialist that focuses on holistic practices to strengthen, realign, and create more fluidity in the body. One of my main focuses is the body work and integrative movement. And I wanted to talk to you guys today about um, during a pandemic for body workers and massage therapists, whether you're an athletic trainer or whatever you might do. Um, One of the things that I want to talk about that I've been running into during this pandemic and the COVID-19 and the time of election and our civil war that we're socially in right now, and physically, it's somewhat ridiculous. But on the bodywork side, and also finding ways to find harmony when you're a body worker and providing a service for someone who is coming in to for your help or your assistance or your guidance. So I work with a lot of massage therapists in their beginning stages and some more advanced stages, some mentoring, and also working with students through the East West Healing Arts Institute. And um, so in the beginning, starting out with body work, there's a different understanding of the body. You're learning techniques, so you're really focused on the technique and doing the technique right, so that you can provide the outcome that you're looking for. So one of the things with beginning body works, I'm going to say, is continue your practice, develop and hone your skills. Um, the style of body work that I teach and I practice is Tuina, which is the Eastern form of body work, Chinese form, Chinese medical massage, and is utilized in some of the Chinese hospitals as more physical therapy and manual therapy. So it does have deeper layers of treatment that you are tapping into as a therapist. So you really do need to hone the skills for that. And so the continued education work that I do is Twina sports integrative work. So working with some athletes, and not just athletes on the college level, but working with individuals who are active people, whether you're a CrossFitter, whether you're a dancer, whether you just like to move and you like to keep your body moving. That's sort of my specialty and focus. And I love watching and seeing people's bodies um, gain more mobility and fluidity in their body and not feel restricted. So that's been my focus for quite some time. So, as a body worker, if you are studying with me, practice your Twina skills, because it is endless the effect that you can have on people um, when you hone your skills. So it's been about 19 years, 20 years for me um, practicing these skills, and I sort of stuck into the Twina area. So I'm grateful for learning. Big shout out to my teacher, Dr. Shiping Zhou. He is an amazing body worker, acupuncturist, um, and just very intuitive person. So I'm grateful for that, and all the individuals that I've learned some body work from, and touch and continued education. These individuals have a lot of time and bodies under their hands. So I respect that, and I am utilizing those skills right now. But sticking to Twina, so practice your skills is the bottom line, because the outcome can be fantastic, and how you're able to work with the body and help align the body so that assist with aligning the body so that it can create its own healing. So now, if you're body work and you're out there as well, using some of the Eastern techniques or going a little deeper than just it being a trigger point or acupressure point or a tender spot, um, and it being the surface and only muscle, knowing that all things are connected to the emotion. And what I really came to talk about today was what I've been seeing with people coming in, bottom line during these times is fear. And I wanted to talk about this for just a brief moment. In Chinese medicine, fear is connected to the bladder and the kidney channel. Now, we are in this time where it's super uncertain of what's coming in the future, what's been in the past, and we don't know what the heck is, to even think about it right now. So it's very ungrounding. So a lot of folks have found this like duality where some will come in and their anxiety is just off the charts, and their down regulation or their calm and stillness in this moment is just almost non-existent. So that's the extreme of it. And then you have some that are balanced in some ways, so where or balanced at one point and then it just shifts. So the anxiety drops, and then all of a sudden you have all this time to spend with yourself and to be able to develop things that you haven't developed in a while. Maybe you started meditating, maybe you started exercising, maybe you got into a new program of exercise or group class, and it's really been beneficial in that way. Um, and then maybe the scale just shifts, and then all of a sudden you wake up the next day and you feel all this anxiety. Um, so my point in what I'm saying is, what I'm noticing is I think that there is that kilter is off, and what we need to try to do in this time, especially as body workers and therapists, is make sure we're grounding ourselves daily. And just as a basic self care tool, ground yourself. Um, Whether you're a meditator, if you're not a meditator, you don't have to have some, deep knowledge sitting on top of a mountain in full lotus position and meditating for 4 hours. It doesn't need to be that. It just needs to take a second to um, drop into yourself and drop into your breathing, and just recognizing how you might be breathing, with all distractions away from you, um, and find that time to down regulate yourself first before you're going and touching other people, because we're all anxious at this time. It's not speaking like I'm not feeling this as well, and this is really a lot of it where it comes from as well, is that I've been feeling this anxiety. Some days, some mornings, I wake up and I'm like, whoa, super anxious. Other days I'm super inspired and feeling very grounded. And so it's been an interesting time. So get yourself grounded. What are your self care tools? What are the things that help to get you regulated? Maybe you go out in the woods, and that helps you to um, down regulate. Going for a walk with nature. Nature is very grounding, especially with Eastern medicine. And um, historically, most cultures have connected to the elements, which help ground us and regulate us. And those elements, sometimes we carry the nature of some of those elements more in our bodies. So some of us may be more wood elements, where we may be more pensive, and we may bend, but we always have something to snap back and say. Um, and sometimes create resistance, like wood. When it dries out, it needs water. When wood dries out and it doesn't bend and flex, it breaks. So, or maybe we're too much water. Maybe we're always flowing. Maybe we're always sinking. Maybe that's the personality. So maybe we need to be with more earth. Earth is, grounding. Earth holds water. Earth becomes a container for water, um, and absorbs the water. So maybe you need to balance out with some of that. Or maybe you could be a metal element and you're just not changing. And you're just, this is what I am. I've been compressed, and this is my thought, and this is what I believe. Maybe that's where you are. And to balance that out, maybe you need a little fire to mold that metal in you. Um, and then sometimes, we may have the fire element where it's like always joyful, 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 joyful. Then all of a sudden we have that opposite experience, and where it's just mania and you're just manic, and it's like joy and then sorrow. So sometimes we just need to think about what element are we, and I go deep into the my program is based around a lot of these concepts, even with sports massage, and how it relates to us, as that element. What is the strongest element in our nature, in our bodies, in our natural environment, in our emotion? And then what element outside in the external do we need to balance? So um, so in this time, trying to figure out what is that process that's going to help you become down regulated first. So again, sitting, meditating, taking time to breathe, and check in with yourself daily. And sometimes you may need to do it 3 times a day, and just check in with your breathing. You don't have to force it anyway, either way. Um, and that is like probably one of the best self-care tools that has helped me in this time right now. Um, so it's, I know we look to have, and having different tools for, working with your posture and working with trigger points, stretching your body and things like that can be fantastic, to have some of those detailed techniques and skills, to utilize. But the biggest thing I think at the foundation is like, if you're not aware of how you're breathing, all this stuff is just, you can roll out your back, your IT band until your leg breaks, but it's not going to really get at the root of it, because when we're born with breath. And that's the first thing we need. We can't survive without our breath. And if we're slowly strangulating ourselves, um, daily and not breathing, that's not going to lead to a good place, obviously. So wanted to talk about that self-care tools, and that you can utilize during this time. So just sitting, first of all, in a comfortable position, um, taking that time, trying to get proper rest and not letting the anxiety overwhelm you, or try your best. I know it's easier said than done, and it goes deeper than just me saying don't worry. Um, and then taking in enough hydration, water, daily. Um, and during this time, we tend to maybe want to drink a little more alcohol during this time. I love to have a little whiskey here and there. Um, but when the alcohol becomes, a problem, because your sleep, it affects your sleep, it affects your liver energy, your liver chi, in Chinese medicine. So sometimes you'll wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, wide awake, and it's because you had a drink the night before. So if that is the case, that's something you can analyze a little bit deeper. And then getting movement every day, getting some sort of movement, exercise, whether you literally stand up and just move your arms, stretch your arms, twist your body. Just think about how every joint in your body moves, and just move it because you can. That creates more synovial fluid in your joints, and creates more flow in your body. So starting there, and you may even discover you have some restrictions that you were never aware of, because hey, I haven't reached over my head in, you know 6 years or something. So maybe that's something that could bring some light to that, and self-care for you, especially if you're a body worker and you know that you work over a table and you're pushing down constantly in the front of your body. That's structurally going to start to cause some issues as well. So opening that chest daily, or the way I do it, you see the balls behind me, all these balls, and the foam roller and this sort of thing. I lay over that. Some days between every client, I need to reset, um, and that is super beneficial at times. Um, and so those are some of the basic things: move your body, hydrate yourself, try to eat as clean as possible, um, and move, and drink plenty of water, sleep so your body can recover. Because when you're going out and you're working on individuals, is super important. What I've found over the years is, as therapists, especially if you work in a spa, where the turnover is really fast, you don't have time to reset, and you just kind of like, you're actually building this level of anxiety as the people you're working with there are going this way. And it should be a mutual thing. It should be, as you do body work and provide body work, it should be as energizing for you working with them as well. And I don't mean in the sense of, you're taking their energy or being an energy sucker. um, so not that, because if you're grounded, energy moves through you and goes through them and just keeps going. It doesn't stop in you, and you're possessing this energy. It's like we are just vessels that are creating the environment for an individual's body to heal. That's my belief on it. Um, the other side is understanding just a few tips for helping to calm your spirit in these moments. Couple acupressure points. There's an acupressure point called the shin min. So if you have your wrist up like this, there's the pisiphus here, where this bone, right where your tendons attach, if you move your pinky, you'll feel that tendon. If you place your finger there, you'll feel that tendon move. This point is called shin min. It's heart 7, and it helps to calm the spirit. So if you slide the hand there, feel that tendon, and right on the edge, just press and hold and work that point. You might find it's a little tender. Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but hold it for at least 2 to 3 minutes. Maybe when you're sitting and meditating and that sort of thing. That's a great point to help calm. It helps to calm the spirit. And very subtle. I've had responses with clients on the table like, yeah, was there something you did to my wrist? It felt like I just could fall asleep. And this comes from people, some of them are very medical minded even, and, you know, maybe don't understand the acupressure system, that's been around for thousands of years, but they have this feeling like something changed in their body. So that's great when you just do something and you're not saying this is what you're going to feel, and they feel it. And it's like, so if you do that, it's really subtle. And the more you tune in with your body, acupressure becomes more effective or effective. So that's one point. And then there's the Lao Gong point, which is the uh, palace of toil. So working with our hands, we work with our hands so much. We're grasping. We're typing on the computers. We're, working in the garden. We're doing things like this. But it's right in the center of the palm. And when you take your middle finger and you just curl it down, right where that is, that's that La Gong point. And that point is good for emotions and calming your emotions. So they both have a similar effect. So if you're feeling like you're having maybe a manic moment, maybe you're a fire element and you're having a manic moment or something, and just taking time to just massage that point as well. Again, 2 to 3 minutes. Sometimes you might even feel like you go 5 minutes, and then sometimes you can massage it or you can just hold it. It's right in the center of the palm. Palace of Toil is a beautiful Lao Gong point, and then Heart 7. Just those points for right now. And then maybe another video, I'll talk about points on the feet that will help bring and down regulate you and calm you down on the kidney channel itself. That's on the heart channel. We got to take care of our hearts right now because there's a lot of heart fire going on. And there's also a lot of sorrow and this sort of thing as well. And that's the pericardium channel is here. And the pericardium houses the heart. So those 2 points are great. Bring your awareness into your feet, of course, when you're sitting. Those are things. Now, when it gets into more physical, just stay tuned. Follow me here on the channel if you're interested in some more self-care. I have tons of videos on self-care, like getting into more stuff like working with the psoas and opening the chest, door stretches for your pecs, for more structural things. Um, but I've decided I want to go in deeper with acupressure points and sharing some of that and the effect of some of those points that go really along with the mindfulness and meditating and calming things down. Um, and then also, of course, you'll see some movement from yang movement to yin movement, from break-in to capoeira, some gymnastics when the gym opens up again. Part of our wood program is gymnastics foundations. But the gym closed down, so I wasn't able to video more of the foundations on some of the apparatus. So hopefully we'll be able to get back to that. I'll do as much as I can in here and give little tips there. And you can, again, you can find me on Instagram. If you go to Instagram, I can share the link in here too. It's just YMBONAT fit. So it's Y massage, BO bodywork, natural, and fitness. Okay. Why Massage Bodywork and Natural Fitness. And you probably can find it through Instagram that way as well. Also on Facebook. And also our website is ymassage.net. So you can check it out there if you are in local and you want to schedule an appointment, or you can schedule online virtual training with me one-on-one. And soon we are looking to get back to doing some of our Zoom classes of workout classes. And during the COVID and during this pandemic. So if you're interested in any of those things, connect with us there, and try a class. I go through all the elements, earth movement, which is animal movement style stuff, which is all movement based fitness. I have a metal program, which is pumping iron, is getting strong, strengthening our nervous system, with external resistance. Sometimes we use resistance bands. A lot of times we use weights, dumbbells, kettlebells, those sort of thing. And then you have the water program, which is all about corrective. We're going through some basic yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong, more so Qigong, and movement therapy aspects from dance. And like I said, the wood element, we get into some of the gymnastics and body weight strength training. And then also I have a sixth element, which is air and space. And that is the fun program for, some of my movement artists out there, the dancers out there. And that's where we just get down and we do some break-in in that. And some of that we also get into some capoeira. But that's a little bit more for freedom and fun and tricks and that sort of thing. So you get to learn, sort of dance skills and things like that. My foundation is in break-in. So we go through some of that and have fun with that. And then we have the last, but fire. And fire is real general for most people. It's just getting your heart rate up, general calisthenics, jumping jacks to jumping rope to stepping on stairs, using boxing techniques to get your heart rate up, some punching and kicking. It integrates a good amount of the program within it. So if you're interested in that, again, message me, connect me through, Facebook, email, or that sort of thing, or Instagram. If you're an Instagrammer, you can certainly go right ahead and do that. So I'm getting new at this live streaming. Hopefully everything worked out and you guys can hear me. If not, I will redo it again. But anyway, Liqueur here, Y Massage, Bodywork and Natural Fitness. In health, in healing. Hope you guys are all well. And to the body workers out there, peace and many blessings to you guys. And I know this time has been tough, but keep thriving. Keep your safe protocols with COVID-19. If you have ventilation windows, open your windows enough. Maybe you turn your heat on, put on a space heater so we can keep the circulation going. And I'm still wiping everything down. I am still checking temperatures when people come in. I know it's a little less, of a read of, knowing if that's going to be a certain thing, if a person has a condition. But still doing those things. So hopefully those practices will work. And of course, wearing a mask face up and face down when doing the body work. And it seems to be effective as of now. So hopefully everyone's staying safe and just reaping that yin and yang right now. So time to, go in and create and build. And then, and time to just sit and be still and know that everything is always changing. The earth is always changing. Everything is always moving. So the earth doesn't like to be stagnant. So nor do our bodies. So we're praying for this pandemic to push along and move away and stay calm during the elections and everything that's going on. Defeat fear. Don't let fear win. Don't let fear win. Keep your bladder and your kidney channel in harmony. And that starts with the emotion. So, okay, you guys, peace and many blessings in health. Liqueur here, AKA B-Boy Spirit. See you guys next time.